Lycheepunnet with the same people, Elpres and Tom. This is actually being done
Hello.
on a different day to our yellow build because my God, that took a long time.
Hour
But
and a half or something.
we're gonna get through it, I promise. At some point, we'll get through it all. Anyway, today we'll be doing red. Uh, so before we start, for all aspiring deck builders out there, I want to ask, how good are you at coloring by numbers?
Coloring by numbers?
Because that is exactly what deck building red is.
Wait, you mean filling in numbers, right? Or
It could be like coloring in the lines, or it could be joining the dots, because they built the deck for you.
why are you coloring numbers?
Col Do you not know what color by numbers is?
No.
It,
Maybe it's an Australian thing.
maybe it is, but it's
Let me Google color by numbers.
Oh.
Color
Yeah.
by number worksheet.
It was the second album by
Oh,
the British
okay.
band Culture Club.
Yes, I actually know exactly what you're talking about. Yes,
yeah.
okay.
Do you understand? My point is, they give you very simple instructions linked to reading text on the sheet, and if you can follow those instructions, you can build the red schoolgirl Sentai deck.
Wonderful. Well, let's move on.
I
First
guess we
card.
should just move on, hey? First card is Amane Kyobashi. So this is in a rather interesting trend of double R advanced summons, a 3/2/9/5, which gets -1 level if there are 5 or more cards in your library or
I
deck.
don't fewer.
5 or fewer, yes, not 5 or more, that'd be stupid.
What?
5 or
That's like all
fewer
the
cards in
time?
your library. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may salvage a Power Rangers character. And when this attacks, if Amane on stage is in the climax zone, you get to deal X damage, where X is the number of reverse characters you have.
No, your opponent
So
has. Your opponent has.
I just got off work. This is totally my fault, but you can't blame me for it either. So the number of reverse characters your opponent has, which harks back to exactly the same effect in a underappreciated series I'm sure someone here knows about.
Is it
Yep.
Evangelion?
Yep, so this is the previously unreplicated Evangelion Asuka finisher,
No.
which is, it's alright, I guess. You get to deal, uh,
Damage.
1 damage, then 2 damage, which is neat. But you can't ever deal more than... You can't
2.
deal... Yeah, you need to you need to reverse your opponent's entire field, which isn't difficult, but at the same time, this card is actually undersized for what it is.
The
And
Asuka, it was a lot easier with the Asuka, because
it's
the
2K1
Asuka comboed with the 2K one, yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
so
with
you can
it's like
negate.
pick off fodder, punch something big, and then the third one could like pray that the opponent didn't have a counter. Whereas this card is like, eh.
Eh. I mean, it
I-
cantrips at least.
I'm not convinced you run this card because
I like the
even
other
though
one
cantrips-
finisher. Other one better.
Yeah, like the 5 or fewer cards in deck clause, it kind of sucks unless you get literally field blowout, like LB Kanata, I guess. That's the only thing that comes to mind that I really like that has 5 or fewer. Because that card makes your opponent unable to do anything.
Sure.
This card is just a cantrip and an okay finishing combo that isn't relevant to the advanced summon bit, unless you really want to do extra damage while your opponent's level 2. Just doesn't seem like a good, these two abilities synergize whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually on finishers, even when they have an early play option, I tend to avoid them because it doesn't really do anything. You don't want to really be playing your finishers early. You want to be killing your opponent with them when they're also level 3. So this is like, the early play condition is only really relevant if somehow you're level 2, they're level 3, and you can just happen to kill them at level 2.
Yeah. Like, that being said, it's not as if diversity is a bad thing, but if I can direct you to another card with a similar anti-synergy in terms of function, we've got, these all little busters examples for some reason.
Broske,
Yeah, Broske is a advanced summon.
Musashi.
Yeah, we could use Guy from Guilty Crown, but Guilty Crown sucks, don't watch it. These cards all come down early and are Musashis, but Musashis aren't actually very good coming down at level 2. They don't do anything except push your opponent to level 3 faster. And Kyosuke especially is only 10k. At least Guy is 11k for whatever
reason.
unnecessary reason. But yeah, so those two are completely anti-synergistic, and even though it is modal, so you get one of two options, both of which are acceptable, you really don't want to use the advanced summon option very often.
No.
So I think that this card would be much better if it had some other ability in terms of helping finish or helping be a good advanced summon.
That could have been a power ability instead of an early play ability.
Or a heal.
Yeah.
No,
like,
you don't get heal and salvage. That's two different come and play effects.
Oh no, I mean instead of the salvage.
Sure.
No, I think the
I
salvage.
think the salvage is
like
fine.
the salvage is great on an advanced summon. That's the reason why
T-Time.
I don't remember her name, but the Rin from Fate Unlimited Blade Works is good.
It's also like T-Time Congo, but T-Time Congo didn't do anything else besides salvage and be slightly
Yeah,
bigger.
sure, but Congo is in the set that. Well, I guess sure. T-Time Congo is a good card, but this card is exactly the Fate Stay Night Rin, but with a climax combo. And while that might make it a little better in terms of finishing, it's much worse because of the advanced summon condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the card playable.
I think it's very playable. I just don't think it reaches like in Weiss you've got cards that are very modal, and then you've got cards which are ridiculous, but also finish the game. Like if Marika's restand ability was replaced by this comes into play early if you have, say, 6 or more climaxes in waiting room, the card would be horrendous.
Yeah.
It would be playable, but it wouldn't be limited. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
It's
it
much
would-
better to have a bunch of stupid synergistic abilities working together to one cause than to have a bunch of modal abilities that all kind of do something, but I'm kind of rambling here. This card is playable by my eyes. I don't
It's
know.
playable.
Yeah.
That's playable.
All right. Next card.
Okay.
Someone is echoing slightly.
Niho Hinomiya is a 3/2 10k. If you have Isari Haishima and Kagari Haishima, this gets neg 1 level in hand, so those two are 1/0 supports. And there's an event that works with those two as well, so this isn't very hard, to be honest. And this has 1 cost. When this attacks, if only once to my face, which is a gate, I should have mentioned that the previous card, Amane's Climax, is also a gate. Where if only once to my face is in the climax zone, and you've got 4 or more other red characters, not hard, you may pay 1. If you do, deal 1 damage and salvage 1 card or 1 character from waiting room. And it if it ended there, it'd be a perfectly functional card, but not an amazing one. Like it's functional because Isari Haishima and Kagari Haishima are both good supports,
Yep.
but the climax combo makes it pretty decent. At this point, it's like a
Playable.
it's playable, but then it's got when this is front attacked, look at the top card of your deck and put it either on top or in the waiting room, which I think is a great effect.
It is a good effect.
Yeah.
One.
So the fact that you can slam this down at level 2 and just start getting scries is
good.
great. I
It
think
also gets mega huge.
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
back row.
The back row
like
pumps it
it's
hardcore.
at least 11.5 if it's there at level 2, if not more.
I think it's 12k.
Is it?
Is
12?
it? Do they both
Yeah.
pump up Nino Hinomiya? Oh well, that's fine as well. If you ever play more than one of these down at level 2, then well, that sounds really scary to be quite honest.
+5 plus another 5, so that's 1,000. And the Kagari is also 1,000, so it's 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. This is one of my meta cards for the set.
Yeah, this card is great. It's
card.
just it's a better version of the Terraformers Akari.
I think Akari heals, right?
Yeah, Akari's heals and is early play with an event and has deficit, but doesn't have a large condition. I'm doing air quotes here on his burn salvage effect.
Sure. I'm not even looking at the climax combo. I'm just looking at a 12k advanced summon, which has
With on front attacks, right, which is really good on its own. And then the climax combo is just a nice finisher because being 12k at level 2 is hard for a lot of decks to deal with anyways. And then when you do hit level 3, this has just been on the field. Now you can just drop the climax combo as well.
exactly like this card is
Yeah.
just really solid. Just in general.
Yeah, this card is really good.
So no one's really making noise about the red Schoolgirl Power Rangers deck, but this card I think makes the deck tick. It's just really, really strong. It has a bunch of really strong abilities.
Yep.
I don't know why this is 10k while the other one's 9.5. This should be like probably like 8k or something based on how many effects it has.
I think it's probably because they valued the on-front attack scry less than healing.
well, they shouldn't because that effect is bonkers.
But I think this card is really good. It also made deck building very, very simple. Moving
Yeah.
forward,
You don't need to cram 4 of each of the sports in. Just 3 is enough, especially if you play the
three of
game.
each is fine.
Yeah, and especially if you play the brainstorm, it's blue, but you can get rid of it before you play this card.
All right. Next
All right.
up,
M is Sari Haishima. I don't have the card art in front of me, but I'm gonna assume M means exactly what I think it means because there is a card that says S. So during your turn, when the battle opponent is reversed, you may look at the top card of your deck and then put it on top or in the waiting room. This card is kind of neat because it lets you know what you're going to trigger next, or if it's the last card.
if the last card of your deck is a climax, you can actually just mill it so you can refresh with it.
Yeah. But remember, this is only when the battle opponent is reversed, and it's a level 0, 1, 5. So it really only has a lot of utility at level 0.
Yep.
So basically, what it does is it can if you have 2 characters and this is one of them, you can control the next trigger, or if this is the last character that attacks, you can see if the next attack is damage, and you can either keep it there, or you can get rid of it if you want to possibly cancel.
Yeah.
So I would probably keep it there because I want to level up with this deck.
Yeah.
I don't really want to level up with this deck, but I do want to make it there before my opponent can start farming my level 0s. So context dependent.
I think the card is fine. I don't think the card is particularly special. The first effect is kind of just a nice bonus on this standard level reverser effect. I don't think it's like special per se. It would be honestly like one of the more playable. Like it wouldn't be. It's not good enough to be good. So it's a playable card as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, we completely forgot to mention that this is a bomb, although the text on screen should help with that.
Oh yeah, it is a level 0 bomb. It's playable.
And
as well.
that is how it kills things.
Yeah. That's how you guarantee the top check ability. I can't see it being better than playable, unless there are some really silly top decking shenanigans that I don't remember seeing.
It's neat, but it's not
playable.
like broken.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's like a nice little bonus on the standard level bombing shenanigans. All right,
Okay.
next card.
Well, the flavor text in this card is making me think that she really is just a masochist. All your other Nino Hinomiya, which is the 3-2, and S, Kagari Haishima, gain 500
It's
power.
coming up next.
Then, if you have another Kagari Haishima, all your other red characters gain 500 power. So it becomes a 1k global to those 2 specific cards, and a 500 global otherwise. Then,
It is notable that the Kagari Hashima in the second effect is different than the S Kagari Hashima from the first effect.
yes, the S Kagari Haishima is a level 1 bomb, which gets kind of big, which is I don't understand. I guess it's a theme they're trying to push, but whatever. And the other Kagari Haishima is the back row support.
Yep.
So basically, if you have the other back row support, then it gives 500 to everything, and by default, it gives your level 1 bomb and your level 3 red card 500 power.
Yep.
And this is all good and well, but it also has another ability. You can pay 2, tap this to salvage your character.
Cool. I like that effect a lot. You're not going to use it frequently, but like being able to just stock out every once in a while if you haven't had a bad turn or something, and if you have enough stock, just be able to plus on stock. It's great. I don't remember
most
any.
of your cards are costless. So,
Yeah, you also probably have plenty of
I mean,
stock. I don't
it's-
remember
yeah.
what other combos off the top of my head in Red were, but if one of them was tied to a stock soul, it makes this card just all the better.
I
You
don't
could
know.
just run a stock soul.
You could just run stock souls too.
Yeah, there is a stock, so I don't remember what it does.
Yeah.
I think I know what it is. I think I know what it is. It's the level support one, which is
Oh, never
the
mind.
level support is really sweet, but I don't know if it's actually
Yeah.
really.
So
Level
all things
support is
considered,
pretty
you're running this card regardless because it is part of your early play condition on the 3-2, so you're probably going to
Yeah.
just sit on 3 anyways.
I mean, since this is a theme deck around the 3-2, so the fact that you can pay 2 and salvage the 3-2
Oh
is
yeah,
pretty
real
good.
nice.
Oh yeah. That's also.
So honestly, the card on its own is just playable, which is what I'm giving it as its rating. But you are going to be running 3 of it, and it does enable a bunch of other shenanigans. So
It's a combo card, yeah. Like you got to take this if you want to make the combo work.
it is a playable card with that's not the real rating it gets, kind of. But
It's tied to the level 3, which
Yeah.
I gave a good meta rating, so I have to give it like a. You could give this a niche rating. if you really
I'm giving it
A
playable
good
meta.
niche?
Fuck it.
good niche rating. We're using our ratings, are we?
I'm giving it playable meta, I guess.
I mean, he's giving this playable meta, so.
because it's tied
Playable
to,
meta. I don't think.
It's
well,
not
you can
actually
do that, but
it's not actually meta though. I mean, like it's a combo card. It's like very hard to judge
Yeah.
on its own. I mean, it's fine on its own. It's just like the reason why you're running.
it fits into playable, it fits into niche, and it fits into good. So I don't know what to give it,
It
but
gets everything rating but bad, everything but bad.
if you guys listen to this, then I guess that the ratings don't mean as much to you because
All
you're
the
listening to us talk.
ratings. The Oprah rating.
Well, I think the other 1-0 support gets a good because it's a better.
The other one
secondary
is better.
effect.
This is honestly just playable in
This
relative
one's
terms.
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Playable is fine though.
I mean, just think about how stupid 5510 bombs are. Because that's what you're gonna have.
Anyways,
So next card.
save.
Did Tom decide to give a rating, or does it matter?
Wait, no, I mean, he put Oprah for opera for me. He misspelled Oprah.
Did I?
Sure.
I did. This is Oprah the musical.
Okay, so
There we go. Everything is.
this is Sadist Bitch. Her name is Sadist Bitch. Kagari Haishima. She's a 103k, but she's not the support. Instead, she's got, when it's reversed, the level of the battle opponent is this level 1 or lower, that character dies, or it gets reversed. It's a level 1 bomb, and it also has experience. If you have 2 or more in your experience zone, this gets 1k. That isn't how things should work, but okay, I guess.
Experience keyword.
This honestly isn't terrible. The way I see it,
This card is good. This card is good.
No, this card is great actually. But the
Yeah,
way I
this
see
card's
it getting power is like it's really strange, but it works perfectly, right? So it's probably going to be about 5/5 on offense without a climax, right? Because you have both.
No, not necessarily. It's
Not
going to be like
necessarily.
5k at the least.
It's 5k probably minimum, but let's say 5/5, right? You manage to assemble Exodia at level 1. I don't know,
It's
right?
not hard.
That's not.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
not
hard, but like
This deck has so many tools to help you get that.
like
stuff.
you've assembled Exodia at level 1, right? And I just got a Facebook message, so everyone's gonna like just check their Facebook watching this video or something. Anyways, so like you assembled Exodia level 1, so this is 5/5, right? If you play a climax or 6/5, if your opponent played on reverse effects, right, those are all about 5k bodies or 5/5 bodies, you're over them, right?
I think the more funny thing is, yeah, your opponent gets the free farm, but then you get to play 3 level 0s and deal 2/2/2.
Well, this
Like,
card is good.
this makes 5/5 bombs, which doesn't sound scary, but when you realize that every even if you kill these cards with level 1s, your cards die too.
Unless you're playing like terraformers or something.
Okay, sure. If you have like plus level cards, then yeah, you dodge that. But the majority of decks
Well,
will
only if you
just
have
to
only if
run
you have
in.
plus level support cards on your own turn, or if you have unreversible effects on your turn. Because
Okay,
decks
sure.
like
If you're
IMAS
playing
don't even
against, like, if you're playing no, well, IMAS is on the opponent's turn only.
exactly. So IMAS is very upset.
So if you're playing against something like Melty or DC Music, then you've got to, then you're screwed. This card does nothing.
Railgun.
Yes, or Railgun. Although Railgun's only in front, I believe. So does Melty, actually. Yeah. No, this card is good because it's a bomb, and then it's good because sometimes it leaves a body behind that your opponent has to run into, or dedicate a level 2 to killing.
Exactly. I think it's like
And
it's
it's super
particularly
easy.
good against all the on reverse effects as well, just because like those aren't really big enough to necessarily contest this on defense. So,
Yeah.
and even if
It's
they
also super
were,
easy,
they
like,
still die,
this is-
right?
Yeah, that's the thing. They die.
This isn't the first time we've seen like bombs that get pretty big, but like this is like a super easy condition. Like getting the 105 5/5 or 5K bomb isn't really.
Yeah,
hard
this card is
to
honestly like
compensate.
it is a good card in my book. I think it's above playable for me, for sure.
Yeah, good card.
I don't know where.
Yeah, it's a good card.
And I just realized both 1-0 supports and the 3-2 are signed. I'd hate to have to max this deck.
Moving forward now, I like
Yeah,
this support
okay.
a lot better.
So this is the other support. It's got all of the funky stuff that the first one did, except the cards it supports specifically are the 3-2, which we already covered, and a 1-1 clock encore,
Which is good.
which is good. It's a 1-1 7K clock encore.
Woo.
Then it has Brainstorm, pay 1, no tap. Flip over the top 4 cards of your deck, and for every climax you reveal, kill one of your opponent's front row cost zeros.
Woo!
Ooh,
This card is like obnoxious.
it's the S, which is flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
That effect doesn't sound good until you realize that everyone's trying to play completely costless level 1 games.
That is the thing. You just murder cards and get super value from either the bombs that we just talked about, or stuff like Apple's Bonders, which we will talk about shortly.
Card is good.
Like, think about that for a moment. You've got these piddly 500 power characters providing power to your 1-0s, but then you realize that you can open up slots, and
Hey man, here's the most important thing, and we neglected to discuss this. This card beats the Wing Slayer test. Because if you have both,
Yeah,
they're
that's
both
right.
getting pumped by 500 power. So they're both 3/5. They beat the Wing Slayer test.
oh, well, nothing beats the Wing Slayer test. They just have to play 3 Wing Slayers.
I guess
this
if
card
you
is
play
just
3 Wing Slayers, you won
This
the
card is
game.
good. This
This
card
card
is
is
very good.
almost as much of a draw to the deck as the 3-2 for me, because killing cost zeros is just really good right now.
I think this card is very good. I would give it
Yep.
a good rating and not feel
It's
bad
good.
about it. And every
It's
time
good.
I'm looking at this now, I'm gonna think to myself, man, this is just like Terraformers.
You do that already, so it doesn't matter.
I know, but it's like really funny because like these are all like kind of old effects that are getting reprinted, and it's very amusing.
Right.
So
Next card, Yukie Aoi. I think I pronounced that correctly, just really fast. This is a 105K. It has the Incredulous trait. That is the most impressive thing about it. So it's got a combo with a 2K1 soul.
dude, Ash is incredulous now.
Yeah, straight up Incredulous. When Pierce is placed to the climax zone, if you have 4 other red characters and this is in the front row, search your deck for one of the level 3 we've been gushing on about. Add it to hand. Then this gets 1 level and 2/5 for the turn.
What climax does it combo with?
2K1.
2K1 soul.
Ah,
I know, and let's not forget the fact that you may have already lost out all your level 3s to your graveyard already. Which means sometimes you just whiff on this, and like yes, this is a really sweet straight up +1 for every UKA you have on the field. It's also costless, and that makes this card really sick to talk about in theory. But in the end, what happens is it's a 2K1 soul combo in a world of global souls. Anyone who's ever played Junez will know how hard it is to know your level 1 plus in combo has no target. And this card dies on the defense because it's basically a 5/5 or a 6K. The other bad thing about it is you have to empty your hand or dump your entire hand in order to get this effect off.
no, it's
So-
4 more red cards. You have to,
I'm aware.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
okay.
what he's
Sure.
saying.
If
Yeah,
that's what
you have to
mean.
you have to dump your whole hand, and you have to have no other characters. Characters in other colors, which is irritating because there are really good blue level zeros that you're probably running, and might still be on the field, though hopefully not. So yeah, I think this card is playable, and hell, it might actually be the combo to play. But I'm partial to Stock Soul.
It's only playable for me. Being tied to a 2K1 hurts it so much for me personally.
Imagine if this were the stock soul combo.
If this were the Stock Soul combo, I would say good in a heartbeat. But like, But playable it's only playable because it's 2K1, and 2K1
I
is
think they
kind
were
of
very aware that this should not be the stock soul combo.
You say that, but then things like Yami do happen.
Well, no, Yami. Ugh, if Yami didn't have draw 2 drop 1, then it'd be fine. Honestly,
But it does. It has all of it. That's the problem.
Has everything.
that's not to do with game balance. That's to do with. Look, anyway, I think this card is playable. I don't know about
yeah,
any more than
it's
that.
playable. If it was stock soul combo, it would have been good for me. But 2K1 hurts. Alrighty, one sec while I update things. And next up is a good card, ish.
Procyon Pudding, Sasa Momakawa. So this is an anti-change counter. It's a 1/1 2K. It's a no, that is
It's a 115 1500 power counter.
good because it says 2500 on half of the cards, and that's
Part of the card. That would be amazing.
that is not how it works. No.
That would be supremely overcost, like overspec.
Undercosted. Yeah,
It'd be ridiculously overspec. You'd
I'm like,
have to.
I'm like 100% sure they literally just went to the Goshi Toge counter and copy pasted the whole text.
Yeah, they probably did. Basically,
Oh, God.
this is if that was actually 2/5, this would have to be a 500 power character with no soul trigger. Yeah. This card is staple in every Schoolgirl Power Rangers build
Yeah.
because it's a sack
Yes.
counter. What else do I have to say?
It's a sack counter. It anti-changes. It's good.
It's a lot worse than level 2 sack counter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the 2500 power makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you can 2-for-1 your opponent with this, and other times you can't. This card is still good. It can't be worse than good. I don't know if we're all in agreement, but I'll assume we are.
Good.
Yeah. I'm calling this good. It's not meta anymore because everyone has it, but it's good.
Alright, too much text on the screen.
Sasa Momakawa, lots of text. So this is the 2/1 level X that I alluded to earlier, and it's pretty great. So firstly, it has a 1-cost Stock Soul combo. So it costs 1, but since you play Stock Soul, it negates it out. And basically all that happens is you salvage 2 striker characters, or you salvage 2 Power Rangers, and then discard a card from hand to waiting. Which is really cool.
You basically just turn your Stock Soul into Magical Girl appears. It's pretty great.
And this gets over anti-salvage as well.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's climax phase. And you want to know the best part? There's more. When your opponent plays an event, if this is standing, you may pay cost.
Yo,
The cost
dog.
is discarding a Power Ranger from your hand
So I heard
and tapping it.
you like.
If you pay the cost, deal 1 damage to your opponent.
Oh, that's so rude.
I heard you like anti-damage.
Yep. Yep.
About that. About that.
This card is so cute.
This card is sweet. I like this card because it shows some savvy design, and not only that, but it's a very powerful card in a deck. Like, they're building decks. Let's be real. They're actually building full decks for us now. It's a really strong card in a deck that doesn't seem overpowered.
It's a very cute effect. It's very, very cute.
Tonight, yeah.
I mean, this is just a sweet card, and I like it a lot, but it's still only playable, unfortunately.
Yeah, honestly, it being a 2/1 level support hurts quite a bit.
Does it?
I think.
I think it does.
It doesn't hurt as much as it could because the 1/0s are globals, which means you can just push it into the front row if you wanted to. But I don't know if I necessarily want to be dropping this that often. I do love.
I don't know, because it's still more power than the 1/0s give.
This is
so what
true.
happens? You brainstorm, you kill one of their cost zeros, push up the support, play this, and then play the 3/2, and voila, 12/5.
Woo!
And then play the Stock Soul. And
Bigger than 12/5. It'll be 13/5 because you're still getting 1,000 from each of the 1/0s.
okay, 13/5, even better.
Even better. And then you play a Stock Soul.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I love that it's only Stock Soul though. I would probably still put 2 into a deck. I don't think it's more than good, but it's more than playable. But I think this card would be on the very, very top
It's
end of
pretty
playable.
sweet.
It's very, very
Yeah.
close to good. Like, this is the sort of card they need to print more of. like an effect which is going out of fashion, the level assist, a passable climax combo, and then just a cherry on top of the cake. That's what you need to print.
Yeah, it's very good.
Good
Oh,
card.
yeah.
Well,
Playable
playable
card.
card. Very,
Whoa,
very
it's
close to good. Very,
on the
very close to
edge.
good.
Playable plus.
Playable plus.
Sure. Okay,
Playable minus. Does that exist now?
that's not. Next card is
Oh, this is an SP too, actually. Wow.
this is Procyon Pudding, Mono Renota. This card is notable because you can advance summon it with the card game event,
Yes.
and is also notable for being the only red heal. I believe.
That's true.
Sure.
The unfortunate part is that the card game event is yellow.
Yeah, but see, that's not the important part about this in the red deck.
It's
This is a heal
Oh yeah.
with a really sweet on attack effect that also fixes for experience.
Mhm.
I would run like 3, maybe even 4, depending on if I like the other red cards. I think I like the other red cards enough to only run 3.
I
But
think
it's,
I agree. I think 3 is fine.
card is good. It's a heal, and then, well, I guess I'll read the effect out in case someone's got this on podcast form. It's a 3/2. When you attack, if you have 4 experience, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose one, ditch it, and then put the other one back on top. Which basically means you're controlling your trigger. You are feeling the flow.
Yep. Well, I mean, you're not feeling the flow. You're cheating the flow.
It's fine. Well, cheating is fine when it's not cheating.
Card is playable.
Before anyone preempts me, this is specifically pronounced Procyon. So, yeah, it's not Procyon, it's Procyon.
So, is this the maid team?
Is this the what?
The maid team?
Is it the?
Because, like, she's wearing, like, a frilly dress.
Yes.
Doesn't Saber wear that sort of dress? Does that mean Saber is a maid?
I mean, you can tell me. You're,
I mean, this
you're
dress
the
is,
expert
like,
on
more
all
frilly,
things, whatever that is.
Look,
You're the expert on all things maid.
yeah, but I don't play this shitty game, so I don't know.
This is a pretty frilly dress with an apron on it. Does that mean maid?
No, it means a girl in a frilly dress who put an apron on.
Why would you put an apron on a frilly dress?
Because you're cooking and don't want to change clothes.
Wouldn't that be what a maid does?
Oh, we're moving on, okay?
I think we're all in agreement on playable here.
Biscuit Sirius, Yukie Aoi. So this is this the, who's this? I remember reading this name. Oh, this is the 1/0 Climax Combo Go. So this card, oh, that's pretty sweet art, actually.
Is Biscuit serious? Is this the one that the
No,
other
no,
one-
no, 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 no.
It is not.
It's the team. It's the team name.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's...
Biscuit Sirius 3, it's Yukie Aoi is a 3/2. Gains 1k of all your characters of red. Sure.
free
When
as
this is placed in
hell.
hand- When this is placed in hand stage, check your top deck. If it's a red character, specifically character,
Burn.
you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. And 1 cost, when damage dealt by this is cancelled, including the damage that comes from the top check, you may pay the cost of 1. If you do, salvage character, discard a card.
Card is fine. I don't think I'd run it, due to... Well, you might be able to because you have...
No, you definitely... I think you run this.
You
because
actually
want
probably run a
experience.
lot because of experience. So I think your level 3
Yeah.
split's looking like 3 or so of the...
It's 4-3-3. 4-3-3.
Yeah, 4-3-3 sounds fine. 4-3-3 sounds fine. You would definitely run some of this because of that. Also, extra burning is nice.
Exactly.
I don't know if you're
this card is
necessarily
fine.
paying 1 to salvage with this very often, but
Oh, you do it if you need to ditch a climax. Other than that, it's like...
yeah.
eh. Or you do it to salvage another one of this, so you can burn again next turn.
Or if you're a
It's-
god, you can just do this off the ping, so you can just burn again right now.
Sure, but we're not all gods. So I'm going to take the rational point of view and say that you play this, swing with it, it gets cancelled, you pay 1, paying out the stock soul you obviously triggered, and then you draw drop, getting
What?
another one of this.
What were we just talking about being a god? And it was playable.
Yeah, it's playable. Nothing better, nothing worse.
Yeah.
Okay, next card. Oh, it's this card.
It's a
They both
bonder.
power and rarity creeped Madoka.
Woo! Yeah, this is
With allies that she opened her heart to, Mano. Oh no, that's not true because this series' 1-0 is worse than Madoka's because Madoka's heals.
oh sure.
Yes.
Sayaka's wish.
00500, just like Kyoko. All of your other with allies that she opened her heart to, Amane, gain 1k, continuing the trend of absurdly long names, and bond with that same card for 1 cost.
All right, we'll get to the rest of the card when we get there, but this card is playable.
Yeah.
I think this card is good.
You think it's good? I think it's a playable.
It's
Thomas, you're the deal breaker here. Let's go.
it's like on the edge.
Have you ever played Madoka?
I think it's good. It's good.
All right.
Okay,
It's
the
good,
one
It's
issue.
good. I
one
can't
issue
say this
here-
is playable.
There is an issue here because your back row is not necessarily going to be empty,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you're not forced to have both the 1-0s at level 1, so having one of this is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the issue is if you don't have both the 1-0s at level 1, they're not doing anything besides their last effect.
That's a good point.
Like,
So maybe just have 2 apples in the back row at level 1 and rely on the events.
That is the problem when you're running the 1-0s, is that you do need to have both of them to actually do anything else.
Well,
Besides,
no, you can just have one as a brainstorm. And
I mean, you can have one as the brainstorm and to pump the specific 1-1 clock encore or the 1-0 bomb. That is an option as well, but they're substantially
I
less
think the
useful
ones
when
in
you
the
don't have
bomb is
both.
tied to the other one though.
Yeah, it is. The other one is the pay 2 rest of the
Yeah.
salvage, which again, like,
Yeah.
those aren't bad effects on their own, but the card is substantially less good when you don't have the pair.
Yeah, of course.
I agree, but at the same time, this combo is just
It's very good.
It's great on its own. It's a costless card that has Encore, the card that it bonds to, and it gets to nice numbers. Like how can I say no to this?
Anyways,
Not as a Weiss player, not as someone who has played Madoka before.
moving forward is
Next card, Prokion Pudding, Itsumi Natsume. It is a global 500 and it has experience. If you've got experience 3, when a character trigger checks a climax, give something 2k for the turn.
I don't think this card is actually very useful in the red deck, 'cause I think you're already running kind of almost a critical mass of
Yeah.
support cards.
You're running more than a critical mass of supports, man.
So I don't think this card has a place. That said, the card is fine. It's just,
We call it niche.
yeah. I think
Oh,
niche is
yeah.
probably about where it belongs.
We're calling this card niche.
I'm gonna jump out for a bit, so someone take the reins for like 2 minutes.
Alrighty. Well, our dear friend Lychee must cook food. Next up is someone in a schoolgirl outfit. It is Yukie Loves Incredible Things. She is a frontal 500 and has the effect when a battle point of another character becomes reversed, you may mill yourself. Wow. This seems pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's not true. This does combo with the 0-0
Oh
bomb.
yeah. I guess it does. But is it worth the space?
It is not worth the space. I think the card is... I'm going to give it a bad rating. I don't think, one, you don't have the space to
it's
run it
niche.
in
I
your
think
deck.
the
I
synergy
don't
with
think it's good enough, even with the synergy, to get Niche either.
What did I miss?
We're discussing Assist 500 when another character becomes reversed. When the battle opponent of another character becomes reversed, you may mill yourself. I'm giving it a bad rating. I don't think you run this.
Just wondering what possible positive purpose could this
Yeah.
serve.
I guess. Yeah.
I mean, like, it does.
Sad.
It just doesn't seem to like ever really benefit you.
It could even lose you the game.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, random mills early on are good because you're more likely to mill a climax and therefore get closer to your refresh.
I don't think this does that well enough, though.
I don't think it does anything well enough. I don't think it's good.
I'm gonna give the card a bad rating, and we're gonna move forward. This is Kagari awaiting the season.
Grinding Pepper. I apologize.
Grinding Pepper. Kagari awaiting the season. She has auto discard. That is some serious echo. But when she comes into play, you can discard a climax card to salvage a Power Rangers character. I think this card is good. Not good. I mean, it's playable. Is what I mean.
It's a solid card. It's toolbox.
Yeah, it's just like a
nice
very standard toolbox card. Tends
Playable.
to be very effective.
Yeah.
It's also a climax
people
out,
same
which
rating
might,
too.
which I didn't see any of in red yet. So
No, yeah, there aren't really any.
So- this is the first real climax out that I've seen.
What are we talking about?
Come and play, discard a climax, salvage a Power Rangers.
Yo, I'd play that.
Yeah, I don't think there was any real climax outs that I saw on red yet, so I think you definitely have to run this.
There's a blue one, but not a red one.
Yeah, I'm saying in red, so.
I'd run like 1 or 2 of this. It's
Yeah,
just a
for
really
sure.
good card later in the game, a really good card in the mid game, and it's rarely a bad card.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it's never going to lose you the game.
It basically, well, I don't see a single way in which it could lose you the game.
Next up is Sasa, spending time relaxed. She is a 0025 with 1500 power if you have 1 or fewer other characters. Oh no, sorry, she gives 1500 power to other characters if you have 1 or fewer other characters. So this is like the Love Live support that they sometimes run.
Or the the Idol Master. It's the Idol Master.
Is it IMAS? I don't remember.
It's IMAS.
I know
it's
it's
also
I think it's IMAS.
Disgaea.
Yeah.
It's also the Frederick, right?
Frederick. It's not Frederick. It's Fenrich.
Fenric, sorry.
This card is fine. I don't know if you run it either though.
I don't think it has a. It has. I don't know if you have space to run this,
Exactly.
but it seems it's
Like
playable.
it's a
Yeah,
it's a playable
playable.
card. I mean,
It's
it
not
functionally
bad.
lets you turn another card into a beater, which is fine.
I don't like cards which do nothing in the late game. And I don't think that this set has really great level 0 beaters. So I'm more inclined to give this a niche than a playable.
It does have pretty good ones. I mean, we'll see some later, but
I don't think you necessarily need this though.
But yeah, I don't think this is necessarily anything more than an okay card.
Moving onward, it's a come and play, pay 2.
Oh no.
No. It's from stage to waiting room.
Okay, sorry. When it's killed, you may pay 2. And then put a level 1 or lower card in your waiting room to your hand.
This is like the worst.
This is
It's
awful.
So bad.
This is the worst clone of Ricky's clone ever.
This is so bad. I mean,
It's like they clone
It's
Ricky
the
and then they.
cost 2 plus. But
wait, it's a cost 2 plus, but these cost 2 pluses are usually just like compared to like a drop searcher.
yeah.
Usually you just get a character. You don't get a level 1 or lower character.
What?
It's not trait restricted, I guess.
No. It gets an extra 500 power.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
No,
Oh man.
No.
I'm not wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying this card is bad.
Wait,
Actually,
no.
the
that's not
railgun
the
one
case.
is 1/5. So
Oh, it
this
gets
is
an extra 1,000
Nisekoi
power.
one is 2-5 as well.
what?
The Nisekoi one is 2-5.
There's a Nisekoi one?
Yeah, it's a PR.
Wait.
Oh,
Oh, well, I don't care, because it's probably Marika, and I don't care about Marika.
It's Marika.
This
Anyway,
card, I'm.
No room. I don't think this is good enough. You have better salvage outlets.
Oh, I
Oh,
say
this isn't even
I'm
good
saying
period.
it's bad. It's not
You have
actually
better
bad
cost two
because
pluses.
it hits the cards that you probably want, and then you remember that you have a 1/0 pay 2 tap this salvage anything, and
This card's bad.
and then I suddenly think to myself, why am I running this card? I'm gonna give it a bad rating.
It's just so limited, it has no real upside, and I think it's completely outclassed by other cards you want to run anyway. I have to say it's bad as well.
All right. It's just like every time I look at this card, I think to myself, man, I could have just put the 1/0 down and tapped it, and that would have done the
Every time I
exact
look at
same
this card, I
thing.
think, Mickey, is that you?
God damn it.
I'm pretty far away from the screen, so yeah. That
Okay.
doesn't affect Mickey anymore. Who wears hair ties while submerged in the ocean?
Those are ribbons, and I don't
This
know how they
person-
maintain ribbon form.
Well,
Well,
004K. When this is placed from hand to stage, if there are 3 or more climaxes in your opponent's waiting room, rest this. Bad.
Bad.
yeah, that's pretty bad.
So,
This wasn't
if
what I
you-
was alluding to when I said good beaters, but yeah, this is bad.
So, like, you've got beaters, which are good at level 0 and don't do anything later on, but are still functional beat sticks. Then you've got characters like this, which are mediocre beaters level 0, and sometimes are the top deck that loses you the game at level 3.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you can always do better.
Yeah.
You may as well run the vanilla.
The vanilla's actually better. All right.
That's a strong that's a strong sentiment, but I think I agree.
We got to another card.
104. Why are we only in the uncommons? God damn. 1045.
50 cards.
Biscuit Serious Niho Hinomiya. So this one isn't supported by your special supports, nor is it particularly amazing, but it is kind of cool. It's like an objectively better version of that Mitsuru I ran one of in a very old execution build.
Woo!
So when another Power Ranger attacks, this gets 1k for the turn. So it goes up to being 6-5 if it's the last thing attacking.
7-5 if you have both supports.
Yes. And when the battle opponent of this reversed, you may salvage a Power Ranger and then discard a card.
Which is fine. The card is playable.
Yeah.
I would maybe run 1 or 2. Just
I think it's playable, and it also gets you that 3/2 you really want to have.
yeah, I think it's worth 1 or 2. It's also a climax out if you need it.
I mean, I think salvaging effects, ignoring that 2 cost to get a level 1 or lower, salvaging effects in a deck that wants to get 3 specific cards by level 2, they go up exponentially.
I mean, I prefer search effects when you want this kind of effect anyways, but this is fine.
Yeah, sure. I can accept that.
I mean, at level 1, generally speaking, you have a larger deck than Waiting Room, so like
Yeah, sure.
you generally have more targets in deck than out of it. Although Spendable Brainstormer does kind of help you get those things anyways if you need to put them into the yard. I think the card is playable. I would probably run 2. It's 1, a climax out, and 2, it's a hand fixer. And it's generally pretty easy to reverse something with that first effect, making it at least a 6-5 on offense if you swing with it last. So if you play like a power climax, it's 8-5 and you're probably killing whatever you want. Card is playable.
I mean, I think I'd only run 1, but sure. Seems good.
Yep, it's fine.
Next card.
She looks like a witch.
Biscuit Serious again. This is a 105k. When displayed from hand to stage, it gets X power, where X is the number of red characters you have.
It's like a pretty standard beater effect these days. I don't think you will run this, though.
I'm not convinced.
Not between apples,
Yeah.
level 1 bombs, and a 1-0 clock encore. I just don't see a spot.
There's not enough space. This is a nice filler option, but like you already
This would be
have
a filler
lot of
option if you
pretty
didn't-
good filler.
This would be a filler option if you weren't already maxed out on cards that weren't filler.
Oh, I'm talking about the profile. Like in general,
Oh,
people
sure.
run this. They have like
Yeah.
if they want something to run just because, you know. But
Yeah.
you already have a lot of really good other options. So
Card is fine. I mean, it's playable, but I don't
playable.
think there's space in the deck for this.
I don't even know if there is space in the deck. Like, this isn't bondable, this is nothing special, but having a 7-5 is always nice.
It's just like a playable beater if you need it.
I guess. I think it's
Yeah.
probably just playable.
Yep.
Prokaion Pudding, Amane Kyobashi. It's a 1/1/1/5. It is a 1/5 counter that also lets you choose a red character in battle to get 1k. It's a
So-
2/5 counter for red.
Non-swittable counter. Yep. I guess it's fine. I mean, I don't know if you
Probably
run.
really annoying since you have apples in the deck.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably consider running some. This kind of effect is very nice. I would have preferred, obviously, the 102k counter, but this isn't, like, awful at
I
all.
think so as well.
wrong color.
It's in the wrong color.
1/5 would have been so much better.
1025 would have been a lot better, but I mean,
I
this
mean,
is
you
fine.
may or may not have one in yellow. Just maybe.
Maybe. This card is just playable.
Wait, do we have one in yellow? I think
Yeah,
we
there
do,
is
right?
one in yellow.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, okay. So basically, you run that instead of this.
Nah, that one only gives power to yellow characters.
Does it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
No. It's if you have experience 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. You just run that. What?
Yeah, exactly. This
Aw.
card is it's niche because
Now
yo,
it's niche.
500.
Now it's niche.
It's
I had
niche.
I had it
Yeah,
as
it's
playable,
niche.
but now it's niche.
102k. Like, one cost is not worth 500 power.
No, it's not.
It's fine.
And
Alright,
numbers got
Next
screwed
card.
up.
Biscuit Serious, Isari Haishima. So
This
this
is
is
it.
one of the cards supported by, I think,
It's by one of the other ones.
it's by the support that's not Isari Haishima. I know that much.
Yeah, exactly. It's
It's
the global
the-
5
the
that
Brand?
brainstorm. It's the brainstormer one.
It's the end.
It's the brainstormer. It's the brainstormer.
Yeah.
So it's a 116k. If you have nothing but red characters, it's a 7k. And if you have experience 2, this gains +1 level and clock encore.
Very good card.
This card is very solid, honestly speaking, if you're going to have that many supports on the field.
It
Yeah.
means that with both supports, it's let's see, +15.
8-5.
So it's
Is it
8/5.
Okay.
Level 8-5, level 2 with clock encore.
Yeah, that's like the Attack on Titan card that I'm going to compare it to now is very obnoxious, and this is like more obnoxious than that. So I like this card a lot.
Can you guys not play Red Schoolgirl Power Rangers? This is sounding worse and worse.
I would, I think right now at level 1, if Apples isn't your jam, this is definitely going to be your go-to level 1 card.
Well, I mean, you're going to play both, and some of the bombs.
And some
as well.
bombs. Like you have space, but like this card is very good. I'm gonna give this card a good rating. Actually, I think this is like the kind of card that I would never want to be playing against at level 1.
It's so irritating.
It is unbombable and enormous,
And it has clock encore.
and you also have a 2K counter behind it. It's just like this is
Yeah.
very difficult to deal with. I'm gonna give this a good rating. This is like the kind of level 1 beater that I just don't want to be dealing with. This is actually
I
big enough to
see too.
contend with like the traditional 1/1 walls. That's how good this is. Right?
Yeah, I'm sold on this card and this deck, to be honest. It's got apples, it's got this stupid thing to wall up one row.
Because like as a point of reference, like if you have like one of the Alex Brainstormers and Terraformers, you're only 8/5. This is the same power as that, and that's like enough to stop almost any on reverse effect in the game. So like, this is absolutely insane for walling.
Yeah.
It's a good card. Are we all in agreement on good, or does someone want to give it
Yes.
Well, I still think it's only a
Thanks.
1/1, so I'm giving it playable, but it's a very good card.
playable? Okay, cool. I'm still giving it playable or good because it's one of those really strong wall cards that's also very difficult to deal with. So, all right, moving forward.
Next card is Critical Strike Nihon Hinomiya. It's a 2/1/2/5.
This is the TD Sengoku Basara counter.
Yeah.
So this card is silly. It's a 2/5 counter, and it also has the additional ability, when you use the backup, you may pay 2. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent.
This is the TD Sengoku Basara counter.
It's not super good, but it's
No,
really
it's not, but it
annoying.
doesn't make it less funny.
It's pretty funny, yeah.
Super annoying.
I almost lost to that.
To the Sengoku Basara TD counter?
Yeah, I almost
Wait,
did,
they
but I
actually ran the
canceled.
TD counter
Damage.
over the event counter?
I mean, he's just experimenting. I mean, he ran both, but like he just like it was like the moment to use the counter and like
It almost
I
killed you.
canceled damage, like whatever.
Oh man, no, but this card is like pretty evil. Honestly, it's not good, but it's really obnoxious.
Yeah.
Maybe one of just to fuck with someone.
They s- they see it in your waiting room, and then like the entire game, you're like, oh shit.
I mean, is there a better level 2 counter to run? Your anti-change is level 1.
I'm giving it a niche card before like any other things happen. It's not like playable.
There's like an oversized 3/5 counter experience, but yeah, I think I'd rather run this.
I'd rather run this over that. I think the utility on this card is worth the extra. Like, I don't think considering how big the early play 3/2 Nino is. Like, I think it's Nino, right? I don't.
Niho.
Niho.
Niho?
is.
It's Niho.
It's
Okay.
Niho.
Considering how big the Niho is, like, I don't think you need the extra 1K on the counter. I think I'd rather just like some serious mind games going on with this.
Yeah.
Yep. Next
Uh,
card, Kaede Big Sister. It's a 2/1 4K. It gives 1K to all red characters and has experience 5. If you have experience 5, when another character is reversed, you may give something else 1K for the turn.
Bad.
Yeah.
It's taking up level support room. You already have 1/0 supports. You probably play apples.
I mean, the 1/0 supports are already functionally global thousands to the characters that matter.
I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
And for some reason, the secondary effect has an experience requirement for an effect that generally is just free. I don't really get it.
Is it the power? How much power does this have?
It's only 1,000.
4K.
It's oh my god. No, this card is bad. We're moving on from this. I don't want to talk about that.
Sure. Next card. Kaede, no, that's the same card. Biscuit Sirius, Kagari Haishima, 217k. Experience? No, it's not that. Don't worry. Don't worry. Experience? If you have 3 experience, this gains 2k power. And when another red character attacks, this gets 1k for the turn.
It's still pretty bad.
I don't hate this as a cleaner, but I also don't think it's a good card.
I
I
don't
mean,
see
why
my...
play this when you could
Yeah,
just
exactly.
throw down
Why would I play this
right?
over the early play?
It's a cost 1 call. Cost 1.
I mean, everything else is free, though,
Oh,
except
boy.
for the 1/1.
Yeah, I'm not convinced this is a good card either.
I'm gonna... I don't think it's playable.
I think putting this in your deck is bad,
I think so,
but
too.
but reading the text, it's not actually bad.
It's not like an objectively bad card. It's just like, I'm gonna give it a bad rating because putting it into your deck is a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I don't know if you guys are gonna give it a playable or niche rating.
I think it's bad.
Alright. We're like halfway done with red.
Woo!
Surely we're more. Oh, whatever. Let's zoom through these commons. 00500 Amane, great self-confidence. When this is placed in hand of stage, give one of your characters 1k. And on cost, bond a captain event when you play this from hand.
Which one's the captain event?
We've got
It's like
It's the
multicolored,
one for each color.
It's-
What's the red version?
It's has camera.
red one's a
The red one refresh. It's a refresh. It's like the Akashi shop event from
both
Coca-Cola.
players reshuffle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the
blue
third
one is a
is a
encore counter,
counter?
and the yellow
Yeah.
one is Junketsu
Chihaya's camera.
/ Chihaya's camera / whatever.
I don't think any of those events are particularly worth it, so by extension, the stock in this card is less good.
I think it's bad. I don't know about bad. Definitely
I would give it niche. If you do want to run the
Yeah.
events, that you are gonna run some of this card, but I don't think any of the events are particularly worth the deck building space. So I don't think this card is particularly worth it as an extension of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's in a swimsuit, and it's a 0/0 counter, which are usually exciting.
Yeah. So
This card's funny.
this is a completely anti-synergistic and incredibly stupid ability that only works if you intend on triggering a gate. So it's a 0/0 1k counter. You can play it at level 0. Congratulations. And at the start of your opponent's draw phase, if this is in the front row, you may return this to your hand. If you do, reveal your hand, and choose one level 0 or lower character in your hand, and put it rested in this card's slot.
Maybe you're playing against a blind person.
Well, then you'd have to read off every card, because that's the equivalency.
This
I'm
card
sorry, blind people. That was bad.
this card is bad.
This card is terrible. It's a 0/0 counter in a set that doesn't have great level 0 beaters anyway. That can just be bombed. Like, why? It doesn't even give 1 level.
This card is really bad. Usually 0/0 counters tend to be like really obnoxious and funny. This is definitely funny. It's just bad.
I'm not gonna spend any more time on this card.
And we won't.
Kai Yamabuki, 0/015. When this attacks, if Vis's Farewell is in the climax zone, this gains the ability. When this is reversed, if this card's battle opponent's cost is 1 or lower, you may reverse that character. So it becomes a cost 1 bomb.
Hey, I know that. I know this card effect.
Well, not quite, because it's got more. When the battle opponent of this is reversed, you may put that character on top of the library.
Dang, this is better than the card effect I know.
No, it's not.
I'm joking.
Your card does stuff other than use climax combo, right?
It's come and play top check mill.
But see, that's way better. This card
that
is...
is way better.
So this
Yeah.
card is effectively the
What is the
Fairy
combo
Tail
with?
Natsu bomb.
Oh, it's the two
Just
soul.
plus
Two
two
soul.
soul.
Two soul.
So with plus 2 soul. So yeah, you can run this if you want to be a shithead, but in reality, it has no text until you have the climax, and then when you have the climax, yeah, you get to bomb something. Yeah, you get to put on top of the library. But
This is exactly how you killed the 1/1 clock encore. This card.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
this
are
card
you serious?
this could be really obnoxious in some situations, and I guess you could run it for those situations. But at the same time,
It's
I
not
feel like
worth
it's
the
not so-
climax
It's
space.
climax space and card space in a deck that's already really tight.
That's what we call opportunity cost,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Maybe you really like the picture of that chick in a witch outfit.
I mean,
Maybe you're Will. You
she's
enjoy
basi-
being really annoying.
What? No, but you see, that card is great for all the reasons. I mean, it also combos with a gate, and the card art makes people confused as to why I'm playing a set with
Yeah, but you chose to play that set, man.
very ugly cards.
You didn't even get Gigant rares. I don't know why.
Oh, I'm so sad. It's because it costs like when I built the deck, it cost $80 for the thin cards and like $240 for the Gigant rares. It's like, oh god,
But the value.
there's no value. The funniest
Think
part
about how
though is that deck
every
that now.
time-
What your opponents will give you when you take out this massive brick of cardboard.
Every time you offer this to your opponent to shuffle, just look at their face. Look at how they react. The value.
Well,
You know how
we
much
get-
value you lost out on?
I know Terror's friend owns Gigant Raiders, Gigant Shooter, and that makes me so sad. That's because
I
he also,
played against this deck. It was triple sleeved in soft top loaders.
and that's because like I know for a fact it's because he was able to get like 3 cases of Gigant Shooter for like $150 or something, because they were just like giving away the boxes or some shit.
Next card, Kaede, relax.
Relax.
So this is a 0/0 so it has the scry effect we were just talking about. When it's supposed to command a stage, check the top card of your deck and put it back or put it in the waiting room. And when this dies, give a character 1k.
Card is fine. I don't know if you have space for it.
You don't have space for it. It's average. I like this. I like the top check ability.
I
but
think I just give it a playable, but it's whatever.
I guess
It's not niche. I mean, it's not like
it's a low playable.
yeah, it's a low playable, but like it's fine.
Okay. Next card,
Definitely
Haruka,
like-
tan skin.
Forgot to update a number.
Ah, yes.
So, remember that 4K, which taps if your opponent has 3 or more climaxes? Say hello to the objectively better version.
Yeah,
well,
this
not
is
objectively, but almost always better.
this is just 4K whenever you don't have another character in front row, which means, yo dog, those sweet back row effects, you still get those.
Yeah, card is playable.
Yeah, it's just a beater. I don't know if again you have space for beaters, but like that's fine.
It is the beater of choice if you have space, I guess. Next card, Itsumi Caretaker. It's a 2/5, and when another Power Ranger attacks, it gets 1k for the turn. Playable, I guess. It's not that great.
Yeah, it's just playable.
Yeah.
Next up is a vanilla.
It's bad because we have a better level 0.
One sec, I gotta like update this because it's vanilla's back to back,
Good stuff.
and another vanilla at 84.
Good stuff.
Gotta use that promo art.
And then a practically vanilla at 85. Like, at this point, we can start calling this effect French vanilla. So it's a 3/5 with come and play top check. If it's not a Power Ranger, put it in clock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not better than the other beater.
It's okay.
It's playable, I guess. I don't like the fact that I have to call it playable, but it's playable.
It is a playable card. I just like the other beater
We
more.
should totally just start a new rating called boring.
I am okay with
But
this.
then I'd start giving.
Dude, that's what I did in my deck tech.
I'd start giving boring to like all the 1/0 Mekons, and that's not fair.
Well, they are boring. It can be like the meta rating. We can just attach it to the
Alright,
end of
what's next
cards.
card? This is.
The
I
apple.
think that's.
This is the
Alright.
Apple target, I think.
With allies, she opened her heart to. It's a 1/0 money.
Oh, whoops.
This is the vanilla that the vanilla
I definitely
apples.
like skipped a card. 1 second as I fix this.
Did you want to put quotes around that? Vanilla.
I
There we
say
go.
vanilla, but it's not actually vanilla. It's a 4/5.
Experience makes everything, right?
That's the card. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
card. It
this
is
is
a quote unquote vanilla.
It is a vanilla.
It is a 1/0/4/5. Experience 2 gains 1k to become a 1/0/5/5.
with
It's
hand
got hand
encore.
encore.
Not that you probably hand encore this, but like it does have hand encore if you want it.
I mean, you don't hand encore because you want it to die so you can bond it back and get value.
Card is fine.
Yeah.
Playable. I think this side is obviously less good than the Bonder side.
This card, yeah, obviously, like it's
Yeah.
good when with the bonder, but it's playable by itself.
Yep. Which is
Even
fine.
without the bonder, this card is not terrible.
I mean, it's a vanilla hand encore. Well, it's a vanilla with hand encore. It's not a vanilla hand encore. Vanilla hand encores are 5k, but
Yep, we still got a heap to get through. Come on.
There's so many
Sasa at her own
cards.
pace. 105k. When another character of yours dies or gets reversed, basically, if you have 2 or more experience, this card gets 2k for the turn.
Bad.
You've got some micro combos with like the 0/0 that gives 1k when it dies, but
Well,
I'm
is it bad?
I,
It's not
you wouldn't
bad.
run
It's just
this.
no space. No space. You don't- It's not bad. It's
You
just like
never run this.
yeah, you're right. I would never run this.
it's not bad. It's just like you don't have deck space for this.
You can make it niche for because it totally does. It does synergize with the bombs in the set.
That's true.
It's just like no
If
space.
you're playing the bombs, like,
Moving on.
1055 literal vanilla. I'm not going to read the text.
What? You don't want to read the text?
it's a super flavor card.
What? No, but you see, losing that incredulous trait means it's a counter to Ash.
Yeah, but it got the yakisoba bread treat, so you know.
Dang. It just goes even.
You can't get experience 7, man.
Yeah, you can.
Oh
What?
yeah, you can actually.
What?
At level 3, I guess.
What?
Sure.
What?
Never mind.
What?
My bad. I can't. Sorry.
Can we move on
I'm
from
not
this
even
card?
giving that
It's
a
a
rating.
literal vanilla.
It's bad by virtue of vanilla.
It's bad. 1065. If there are 1 or fewer cards in your clock, this can't attack.
It's
Uh,
normally fine, but you just don't have space for this. I don't know why you would run this.
You don't have a Ricky clone or any way to clock yourself to 1/2, so I don't know if this is actually good.
It's still playable in my mind.
Is it? I don't know if it's playable either.
I don't think it's bad. I just like it's definitely less good in this deck than others, and I don't think I would
Sure,
run
I
this
guess.
ever.
That's fair.
Like I think the
Playable.
profile is fine on its own. It's just like I don't know why you would run this over like fake apples, level 1 bombs, and 1/1 bullshit.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. 1/1, another counter.
Holy counters!
No, wait, it's not a counter. Never
No, this
mind.
one's
I
not a
read something
counter.
stupidly. It's a 1/6k. When this attacks, if all of your other front row characters are standing, this gets 2k power for the turn. And it's got character on.
All right, so we can I go down the list, or can I just call this bad?
I kind of figured out from the flavor text that the ability is flavor, but
Yeah.
let's move on.
It's bad. It's just objectively worse than
It's bad.
the 1/1.
Yeah, I don't think it's good at all.
Mm-hmm.
Pro Kion Pudding, Haruka Kuri. Those are some big gauntlets. Haruka Kurimoto, 2/6k. If you've got 4 more other red characters, or 4 more red characters, this gets -1 level in hand, and it's a level 2 bomb.
Card is fine.
I think it's.
I don't know why it has early
Uh,
play and anti-level bomb.
It's
no,
not
level
anti-level.
2 bomb.
It's for the matchup against IMASC, really.
It's a level 2 bomb.
Oh yes, you can pay 1 to kill their 1/0.
It's a level 2 bomb. Never mind. This card is
Everything I
bad.
ever wanted.
This card is bad.
This card is bad.
Never mind. This card is bad.
Yeah, because level 2 bombs are just bad right now.
Yeah, this card is bad. And the best part is, guess what's next?
Vanilla.
I don't even have to update my rating.
Yeah. Next card.
Next card.
This next card is
Can I
a
keep my rating?
2/1. It's a 2/9k that you can't play from hand if you have 3 or fewer characters. So it's basically just a 2/9k.
I don't like 219Ks. I don't do anything else.
Why even bother with this
I'm
card?
still
I
updating.
agree.
I'm not even updating
It's
my
not
rating.
good enough.
Bad.
Yukie, Relaxing by the Sea. So this is a 2/8k. Experience 5. If you have 5 experience, it gets 1/5 power. And when it's placed from hand to stage, if you have 4 more other Power Rangers, you may put the top card of your deck in stock. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's playable, I think.
Yeah, it's
It's
playable.
playable.
It's just
yeah.
not better than Niho.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I'd play this when I could play the 3/2, but it's technically a 1 cost 2 soul beater, so there's that, I guess.
Neato. Oh, here.
Oh god.
So this is the other card game card. 2/10k. This cannot side attack, and it has the card game. Oh, and also experience 3. gains 1k. So it's experience 3 because you can summon it at level 1 using the card game event from yellow. And it's an 11k card side with 2 soul.
Hmm.
Niche?
Niche, I guess.
Bad. It's a
Yeah.
2/2 11k 1 soul.
It
But
comes
it
out
is
of
1
level
soul?
1.
It is
man.
1 soul?
Wait, it's 1 soul. All right. It's 1
God.
soul.
It's
Okay,
Oh.
never mind. This is bad. Don't even bother.
bad.
Very bad.
Alright, let's go. Kitty cats.
Hi,
Captain,
Troll.
my captain. So, all players reshuffle their decks. And waiting rooms, obviously.
Niche.
It's niche. It can be bonded, but I don't think you want to run the bond.
Unless you're running that specific deck. Like,
Okay,
built around
so
decks.
encounter.
This card I
This
think is
one event
great.
is actually pretty good. Search your deck for up to 1 Isari Haishima and 1 Kagari Haishima. Those are the 1/0 supports. Put them on separate slots on the stage, then shuffle your deck. Choose a character, it gets 4k for the turn.
This card I think is good.
Yeah.
It's a pay 2 +1, and you also get to pump 4k. And
I think it's perfectly.
I mean,
it's
just
pretty good.
playable.
Like
you just
you
put
can
2,
put- yeah, you play like 2.
but you
It's
can
playable.
only grab the 1/0 assist with this as well, which is another reason why you want to be running 3 of each probably.
I think this is very playable. It's comparable to 1/2 salvage events, which salvage 2, but at the same time, this also gives 4k to something. So not only do you plus, but you also make something really freaking big. Plus, it's not like you have to play this at level 1. You can play at
Yeah,
level
you
2.
can play
or
whenever you
something.
want, as long as you can
Yeah.
guarantee that you get both of them off of this. It's great.
It's fine.
Card is
And
good.
if you already have the 1/0 supports, you can always just not play the event.
Yeah, you can just pitch it to something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And finally,
Striker Charm. Dallying around 2/1. If you have no Power Rangers, you cannot play this from hand. Choose one of the following effects. Choose one character. That character gains 4k to the end of your opponent's next turn. Draw 2, ditch 1. Or kill one of your opponent's cost 1 or lower characters in the back row.
it's very cute.
This card will mostly be used for the last 2 effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can really say. It's fine, I guess.
I don't know if you necessarily really run this. I think it's niche.
I don't think you run it at all, but
Yeah.
it's neat. Here's the
It's
thing.
modal.
It's removal. That's the thing.
Dice
I don't know
removal.
how valuable removal is to you. That's the other thing. It's not
Dice removal.
salvageable.
Dice removal.
Yeah, it's not salvageable, but it is removal, so that's neat.
I mean, it's at times a pay 1+, which is nice.
Is it?
I mean, killing something is, I guess, plussing.
But you're using this.
Yeah, but you're discarding the event by playing it.
I guess it goes even.
It's niche.
Niche.
It's highly dependent on what you see in your meta, I guess. Like, if the removal can help a lot, then
Then sure.
yeah.
Removal
But
is
like otherwise,
valuable in the sets that have it because it's unique, but I don't know how much you need it. That's the thing.
yeah, that's true. Hard to say.
That is fine. So, that's all the red cards.
Nito for pizza.
This one took remarkably less time than our yellow section. Probably
Did
because
it?
the deck is... Yeah, the
Wait.
yellow section's like an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But that's mostly because red kind of builds itself.
I think red might be better than yellow in terms of being a cool deck.
I agree.
I think so. But
Yeah.
I mean, yellow's
The cards.
plus yellow girlfriend beta, which is
fine.
not a great place to be.
We will
Alright,
record
well,
blue at
what's
some
that?
point, and we'll
We'll
be ready.
do it at some point, yeah.
Alright.